Howdy folks, and welcome to 15 Nautical Mile Arc. Today you'll see that it's nighttime, middle of the night in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I figured tonight we would do some VFR flying so you can check out the night textures of X-Plane. You read about this, you hear about this, but very few people actually have videos of it. The airport and skyline are add-on freeware. I think they're Tom's Minnesota freeware. But everything else is default lighting, default textures. Everything is default except the skyline you see up there and the airport itself. And we do have a plane. It's on the runway. It's the default Cessna 172 SP. Oh, there's a cop car going by down there. A couple cop cars. Alright. Except our airplane is cold and dark. So let's hop inside and let's get going. I'm starting on the runway, by the way, because I just want to get there and fly. I don't want to mess around taxiing this little plane at this huge airport. So here you go. We are inside. You can't see anything except for the little nav light. So how do you start a plane cold and dark at night in X-Plane? A couple options. You can do view, and you can turn on your night vision goggles. Takes a moment. That's kind of neat. I don't like it, but it's there. Let's turn that off. You can go to view and turn on your aviation flashlight. You have a little red flashlight here. The reason for the red is there's no glare on the window. In real life, you usually use red or green, stuff like that. My favorite, though, is I have mapped to my joystick a regular flashlight. So this is what I use. So all of a sudden now it's not just a big deal, right? You can see just fine. So now that we got that covered, how do you start the Cessna? Pretty simple. You come down here, turn on your alternator battery, turn on your fuel pump, turn on your avionics, push in the fuel, and start her up. You check this gauge right here. Make sure it started. Obviously you can hear it too. Alright, I think we can turn off the flashlight now. Come on, joystick. My joystick is breaking, by the way, and needs replacement. Something else I wanted to mention here, though. If you want to adjust your lighting, this top one here are your gauges. Bright, off. We'll turn them down a little bit. And this is your dome lighting. All the way on, all the way off, or slightly in between. Let's go about there. And we are ready for our night flight. Yep, the lighting slows down my frame rates, but what's really slowing down my frame rates right now is the airport and that skyline, the Minneapolis skyline. It's all custom textures. There might even be hard surfaces. So when this is in view, my frame rates just tank. As soon as this gets out of view, my frame rates will be back in the 40s, even at night, even in a populated city like Minneapolis. Alright, so here we go. Parking brake off. Let's get one flap. My flap didn't work. There we go. As I said, my joystick is falling apart. It's over 10 years old. No navigation instruments today, completely VFR. Got my lights. My pipe talkie. Alright, here we go. skyline out of view so my frame rates get better. Alright, we're looking west now. Towards the western suburbs. You see Minneapolis with the bright lights on the horizon. We're going to take a trip down 35W. Traffic. Still got that skyline view. I thought about pulling the add-on, but I actually don't fly here very much. I'm going between some lakes right now. See on the left. This is what a freeway looks like. I think I have my rendering settings turned up almost maximum. Got your freeway signs. If you look, you'll get police cars. Now I want to get to the city so we can check out these city buildings. The urban autogen, I think it's just awesome. But we gotta get there. I just realized a mistake. That was not 35W, that was 77. Just about to head across Lake McComas. The frame rates got better once I got out of the cockpit. Here we go. Now we're coming up on 35, left to right. 62 is going straight off into the distance there. Alright, let's go into town. The street signs, by the way, have some references to X-Plane, like the org, the big forum. There's some other references. There you go. Here's Interstate 35W. How high up the ground are we? Altitude here is 895 feet. And this over 1,000. We're about almost 100 feet off the ground. Go over here and check out some urban autogen. And then we got some houses close together, some gas stations. What else do we have here? A lot of traffic. Something I'm looking for in particular here. When we get to the truly urban areas, we got the street markets with the awnings. Wow. Frame rate is worse than usual. This is barely tolerable here. We must be down in the 14s, 15s. We got 4 BP gas stations all in a row up here on the right with the mobile on the left. That's funny. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for something in particular. Gotta get away from that skyline. we have things like this. We have mid-rise apartments, then we have shop with awnings. And then I used to land on the streets. And cars would stop and turn their headlights off. It was really kind of cool. Just so you know, if I were to switch to daylight, frame rate would be the same for me. So night lighting and night textures do not affect your frame rates. So if your frame rates are this crappy, at night they'll be the same thing today. South and northeast. There's some shops down there. See the cop car going across the screen? Interstate 94, westbound, goes up here and goes off North Dakota. Then we have Interstate 35W. Over here we have 94 eastbound, 36, 280, 36 goes there. This is KANE. I modeled that airport, the gateway. In fact, I guess I'm gonna go fly up there. Good place to land. So, this used to be the Metrodome. Now, it is going to be the new Viking Stadium. Here's Crystal Airport. 394 going out to Minneapolis. Flying Cloud Airport, Minneapolis Airport. It's a good view of the freeway down there going across with crappy frame rates. Over here, we have St. Paul, downtown Holman Airport. You may see private airports. Yeah, see all these little guys? Another one here. It's all over private. One of them is an air park, where it's a neighborhood, except they all have runways. Residential situation there. There's a lot of traffic on the side streets. Here's 35W again. The problem with night textures, night lighting, is if you go too high, you can see where it ends. see how it ends here. I believe it only does 60-mile radius. Of course, you can churn it up, but then lose even more frame rates. The funny thing about this traffic is I've never had this much traffic show up, even with the traffic up all the way. Usually it's too sparse for me. Alright, let's go down one more time, then head to KANE and land. Of course, I could trim some settings down with a few more frame rates, but I'm only talking half a frame for each setting usually. So if I turned everything down, I only gain 3 frames per second, so I just keep it up and live with it. I don't do this very often, so it's tolerable every once in a while. Here's your one green. Little view. Oops, settings, stadium input output. Turn on this last one. And get your frames. I'm getting, yeah, now it's above 14, I'm getting 13. That's pretty close. They say anything under 20 is not tolerable, and I do agree. However, I also have to be realistic. And if I'm going to use the hardware I'm using and not spend double the money, then I just have to live with it. Now the traffic's getting sparser. These lakes are really here in real life. All the water, all the roads, all the city density is accurate to real life. Of course, the buildings themselves are halogen. But you notice now it's much less. There's no traffic hardly. Right, a few miles back it was constant cars. Now we're getting out to the suburbs. Freeway has a lot of traffic. See the cop car again on the left, very left of your view. Oh, see our frames kicked up now. Now we're getting about 20. The positive at the street sign here. The org. Jaws, wits end. All the signs are like this, by the way. Don't be fooled. They all say this. 747. Every pair says that. In real life, those radio towers are all accurately placed too, by the way. That's how you can tell. Nothing on 694. 694 and 35W interchange. Back over 35W. And those bright lights going off in the distance, that's 694. Back up the skyline. Central Avenue, Highway 65 is right to the left here. Oh yeah, and you see stoplights down there. The stoplights turn red and green and yellow. You see that right in the very middle of your screen. See that red light? See if it turns green before I have to bail here. There you go, green light. Will it turn yellow? I'll leave it instead. We're about to cross over Highway 10, US 10. Oh, my flaps button is breaking. Now, with this runway, it's not as long as you would think. Here we are, crossing over Highway 10. US 10, that is. No Pappies at this airport. Only runway 27 is ILS. This is 36. There's no Pappy, no ILS. It's completely visual. In real life and in the sim. If I modeled this, this took me about a week. This is a big airport. In real life, it's the alternate to Minneapolis, St. Paul International. This is really hard without Pappy. Maybe I'll go back and add Pappy just because. To be honest, I don't even know this airport operates at night. I'm not sure. You'd think it would. Center line lights. Very desolate, but this is what it's like in real life here at night. I'll do my brake button. To demap and stuff here. See, brakes are supposed to do that. Alright, let's get out of here. There we go. Yeah, see my brakes. My brakes like to demap themselves. Use that for the next one. Now we're talking. I don't know what's going on. My joystick really needs help. Whoops, that was the wrong one, wasn't it? There we go. So again, while I speed this up here, I apologize for the bad frame rates, but I don't apologize too much because it's still better than average, considering how high my settings are and considering it's a flight sim. I know it could be better, and I know there are people out there that have better equipment, but it doesn't bother me too much. I don't worry about it. When I visited this airport in real life, the thing that surprised me was how fast people taxi on these taxiways at this airport. They just haul. Parking brake. Pull that up. And I think that's it. Airport goes all the way to the street. Alright, please subscribe and thank you for watching.